Hi, Fee Tui Win here, and welcome back to another segment of Tea with Fee. In this segment, I like to explore a practice that you can use to allow you to enjoy the presence of your own company without the nagging, uncomfortable, and sometimes debilitating feelings of loneliness. So, if you have not made yourself your favorite mug of tea, pause the video, go make your tea, come back, snuggle up, get comfortable, and let us explore a way to you can release the feelings of loneliness and empower yourself to enjoy your very own beautiful presence. Loneliness is something that everyone experiences, and even though we live in a world where we seem to be connected to everyone because of the World Wide Web and the many different social platforms, the reality is many people are feeling lonely in their lives. And loneliness is not an experience that just happens when we find ourselves alone with ourselves. It can happen even when we're in a room full of people. And so it's very prevalent and very real. And loneliness is also an experience that's somewhat of a catch 22. Our lives are so busy these days. We're so filled with many different distractions. There's so much noise in the world that there's a part of us that really yearns for quiet time, for alone time. And yet, when we find ourselves in the space of quiet and with our own presence and no one else around, there may be a sense of initial relief because, like, it's quiet. That initial relief can be very short lived, though, because when that alone time uh, drags out and how long it drags out before we start feeling lonely depends on, of course, our own practice and how comfortable we are with those quiet moments. So when that initial relief passes, the nagging feelings of loneliness creeps in. And when we don't know how to connect ourselves to something substantial, to enjoy our own presence in those moments, the feelings of loneliness can escalate and can become very uncomfortable and, again, sometimes debilitating. So the practice I like to offer for you today is a teaching that's universal in all spiritual traditions that tells us that really in every single moment we are connected to a greater source of power, that we're never ever alone. And when you learn to connect in that way, you will enjoy those quiet moments, because essentially those quiet moments with yourself are moments of such nourishment for you, such wonderful connection that will allow you to step back into life, into the busyness and the noise of life without being so impacted and affected by that noise. And so this teaching is such this teaching is one that allows you to be with yourself and to connect to that greater presence that really is always around us when we know how to train our minds to look for it and to connect with it and what it is that we're connecting to. So, for example, as I'm sitting here with myself, I can enjoy my breath. I can watch the wind caress the leaves of the trees. I can feel that wind caressing my skin. And I can be aware that that same energy that moves and ruffles the leaves is the same energy that moves the planets, that causes the waves to roll in and out. And it's also the same energy that is pumping my blood and circulating my blood throughout my body. It's the same energy that's helping my body digest food. It's the same energy that is present in my in-breath and in my out-breath. So I'm very connected to this universal energy that moves planets, and it's also moving through me. And how wonderful that is to be that connected. I can enjoy the sound of chirping birds. And in that moment,